How you doing, YouTube? My subscribers, you probably ain't seen me in like 7 years, but life happens. I don't know, life happens. Anyway, um, this is a valid title. This is what I truly believe. This is not clickbait, first thing I want to say. And I think I'm going to be making some very valid points. I'm not 100% sure of this. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just using theory, but I do have a certain amount of belief for what I'm saying. And just listen to my points, and by the time you get to the end of this video, I think you'll at least see that I'm not trying to waste your time. So my first hint, the smaller hint that I think could actually be a hint if this comes to pass and Eminem actually does release a second Kamikaze album or a second album in a very short amount of time. I think the first hint could be Con Artist, who is a former member of D12. He is now, well, he's always been one of Eminem's producers, but that's one of his main titles now. And a fan on his Instagram page asked him, what did you think about the MGK diss? And is Eminem working on a response? And, Denon, Con Artist, he responded. This is all on his Instagram page. You can go to his Instagram page. He responded in the comment section to the fan who asked him the question. And the picture that this is under is the picture that Denon posted of Machine Gun Kelly. So his response was, I don't remember the whole response, but somewhere within what he said was, quote, you will get something about getting the enjoyment of a surprise, the enjoyment of a surprise. And so my first hint comes from that. If you're an Eminem fan, would it really be a surprise that Eminem responds to MGK? Would that really be a surprise? Or would there be something else that would be more of a surprise, like maybe an album? Walk with me. I'm going to tie that into my second clue, and this is why I think there's a possibility. And we know how Eminem acts. We know how Eminem thinks. We see the subliminals that are on his. This is not the hint, but we see the subliminals on his album cover. You see the very obvious "F-U-2" and then the "suck it" written backwards on the fender. Those are more obvious, but that has nothing to do with him coming with a second album. This right here, right under your nose, if this comes to pass, it was right under your nose. And it would be a very cool way for Eminem to say that he's playing chess and not checkers in retrospect. If he does this, because this would be great. The Paul Rosenberg skit on the Kamikaze album. What does Paul Rosenberg say on this skit? He calls Eminem up. He says to Eminem, you're making Kamikaze, where you diss all these people. I don't think this is a good look. What are you going to do when all these people respond? Are you going to respond back to those people who dissed you because they didn't like Kamikaze? Are you going to call this another album called Kamikaze 2? Is that what you're going to do? Make another Kamikaze 2 album? And he's basically shooting at the first, idea down. You shouldn't even make Kamikaze. But that happened, So it's almost like they're presenting a thought of a Kamikaze 2 album, but then pulling that thought right back and saying, nah, this is not a good look, because that's what Paul Rosenberg is saying. So, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think that, given on what we know about Eminem, I think that could be, like I said, him playing chess and not checkers, trying to foreshadow what could be in store for us. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, guys. Like I said, I wasn't trying to clickbait you guys. I don't know if these are things you guys have thought about. Do go to Denon's page, look up Denon Porter on Instagram, go to his page, check it out, see what he said on the Machine Gun Kelly post that he made, and verify that for yourself. Re-listen to that Paul Rosenberg skit on the Kamikaze album, and just try to understand where I'm going with that. And also, just one of those things where, it would be another one of those things where Eminem does something that just amazes you, you know. Especially if he comes with another 4 or 5 tracks that are just hot fire, and then maybe he's got some other, like, you know, filler tracks, whatever, you know, something like that. It'd be great if he came with. I mean, because, you know, in today's age, you got Kanye West with the, you know, Kids See Ghosts in his own album, and the Pusha T album. They all had 7 songs. So you can't tell me that Eminem ain't got 4 or 5 hot songs laying around that he can just, you know, put that out there and then put some other stuff, filler stuff. Even though I know he doesn't want to do that. Just, you know, entertain that thought. I think it's very possible that you might be seeing a Kamikaze too. Let me know what you think.